1, 2, oh, actually I got clicked in. 1, 2, 3. Hello good people, hopefully having a fantastic day. This is about white guilt and black fatigue. A 77-year-old man, black man I know, from Memphis, is living near me. And I was talking to him the other day, and he uses Twitter. He's watching all these videos, and we're just there at the coffee shop having coffee, and he's saying, man, all these people attacking each other, black on white, and it's getting out of hand. I don't know what's happened to the black youth. He didn't even really mention the white youth. And I said to him, I think a lot of white people have the lower lefties. He's very much a conservative, classical conservative. He's what I would call an intelligent man, simply because he knows his history. He knows that the left has never done anything for black America. He knows that Black Wall Street was burnt down by Democrats. He knows that the KKK have historically and always supported Democrats. He knows that the neo-Nazis have always supported Democrats. He knows that the welfare bills passed in the 60s were to destroy the black family. He also knows of Bill Clinton, Mena, Arkansas, and the crack cocaine epidemic that entered the black neighborhoods across the United States, in particular early on in Los Angeles. And it moved throughout. He knows all this, he's read the books, so he's a knowledgeable person, and he knows what he's talking about. He's never been on the left, But he was saying to me, he said to me, man, America, I think, has black fatigue. And I was like, I've heard that. And one of them, he goes, we're just sick of hearing about how you're so disadvantaged and how everything works against you, when probably the last 30 years, 40 years, there's been nothing but money thrown at black America in regards to diversity hiring, DEI, racial quotas within companies and businesses hiring black only or Hispanic only, trying to make sure that it's culturally diverse. He was going on about this. He said, we never needed this stuff. All it's done is it's made us weak. And I am just sitting there going, if I said that, I'd be called a racist. He goes, exactly. That's black fatigue. You're sick of hearing you're racist. And then I've made myself think about something. Thought, the black Americans I've met here in Thailand, the older ones, 60, 65, 70, the first thing that doesn't enter their mind is the racial prejudice that exist. Treat you more as an equal, and things that you say and you don't agree, that they don't agree with, that doesn't make you a racist. But then I've met a couple who are in their 30s and 20s where it's immediately racialized. The other day, somebody was anti-Trump, saying that Stephen Miller is a racist. I said, what's the evidence? He goes, oh, man, I don't even know why I'm bothered talking to a white person about it. Wait, you called somebody a racist. I said, give me evidence. And you just then said, well, you're white, you won't understand. This is illogical. And when I said that, wow, it went to another level. He said, don't ever talk to me again. He got this vitriolic, hateful. And I was just like, wow. I just said, wow. And I remembered what my friend said, my elder friend said. And I notice this a lot now in the media, YouTube, Twitter, a lot of this now. There's some things that I think are universal. Dignity, respect, act dignified. Respect begets respect. Be honorable in your actions. And try to resolve all conflicts peacefully and amicably. But it seems like in the United States, everyone wants to get all up in each other's face when they think they're right. This is not the way to build a coherent, inclusive society. And I know that the Democrats have wanted for a very long time division, because you can only conquer in division. Okay? The Democratic Party of the United States is a seditious and treasonous organization. It's a money laundering organization to enrich itself. How else can we explain Los Angeles? You know, it was once a great town under conservative leadership. Now under Democrats for decades, it's turned into a disgusting shithole. And yet there's still more taxes and more money coming in. And where's it all going? Well, you know, politicians worth $120 million. Paul Pelosi ain't all that good a stockbroker either. Trader, I should say. But there, when you had great leadership in California, it was doing quite well, and now it looks terrible. But if you keep feeding into the divide and conquer, we're different, you're black, you should get reparations. It is so easy to play the victim that it's to you, it becomes the truth, and everybody owes you. Which, I'm sorry, but I'm the most discriminated against person in the world right now. I'm a middle-aged, white, conservative Christian male. There is no opportunity for me almost anywhere I go. I don't fit any diversity quota anymore. I don't. But there's nobody who's going to listen to me. They're going to tell me to shut up. You've had it good for so long. What have I had good for so long? I'm sorry, but I'm just like the struggling black man, but I don't get to scream racism because I don't think it's racism. But I think that we're just so sick and tired of this divide and conquer strategy of the leftists, of the Democratic Party, that we're forgetting that we have more in common than we do different. If you are respectful, you normally get respect back. If you act dignified, the person you're talking to or with will act dignified too. If you're courteous, other people will be courteous to you. These used to be the truths, but for such a long time, the attitudes have changed that now it seems like people are just so quick to insult each other and to get angry and aggressive. We just heard the other day, some kid got stabbed in the bleachers of a sports stadium because he was told to get out. And there are reports now that the kid who stabbed wasn't actually very innocent. But who knows at the end of the day? But I mean, how did it turn to a stabbing? It didn't have to. I've just been going through Twitter watching all these violent videos, people just fighting in the streets. Why? Walk away. Fighting is boring and stupid. I'm here to tell Black America, White America, Chinese America, Cuban America, everybody, Islander American, Samoan Americans, Chinese Americans, stop with your bullshit. Stop with this. Stop throwing yourself to the mercy of the leftists who don't like you anyway, who don't care about you. They just want your money, your tax money. Get together and work out how the bloody hell you can reinvent your society and be peaceful, cooperative, collaborative, and non-violent. Because the way you are now, you're being separated and divided, which is the goal of the Democratic Party. And why anybody would vote Democrat, I have no idea. I mean, just a diseased mind, I guess. But listen to me right now. If you don't do that as a minimum, try to work out how you can get along. You ain't going to have much left soon. You know, it's going to end up in a dirty civil war. Probably in a cold civil war. Maybe you should be all separated and, you know, everybody gets their own state. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, I'm so sick of people saying that they're oppressed and they're down. Racism has held them down. Racism hasn't. Because I even asked 75-year-olds, 77-year-olds, did racism ever hold you down in Chicago, in St. Louis, you know, in Los Angeles? I've asked black elders from the United States. Kansas, you know, Memphis. Did racism ever hold you back? They all say no. Actually, most of them said white people were really kind to me and really helped me along the way. Seems like now the Democratic Party have taken your brains. You no longer think for yourselves. Everything says racism, and the Democratic Party have all the solutions. Reparations. This ain't never going to happen. You're never going to see reparations from the Democratic Party. God, what do you think? That's money they need for themselves. They're going to money launder it. It's not going to go directly to you. If you don't know this, you know, go have a look at what Doge are finding out. Small investigation has found a lot of stuff. It is about time that Americans got together, didn't go left, don't think the Democratic Party cares about you, and find out what your commonalities are before you tear each other apart. That's it. End of story. Alright, good people. Have a fantastic day. I know you can do it. And God bless. Peace.